Hey, what up guys, it's Gentle Nem back again. How you doing? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Hopefully you're having a fantastic, sensational, amazing day. I have been requested to do a reaction to this man for a very long time, and I'll be completely honest with you, even though I'm super old compared to most of you watching, I don't know enough about this man to really comment. So let's actually find out how good actually was the original, or in a lot of people's minds, the original Ronaldo. Let's find out.
Of all the legends I've ever made videos about, there has always been one that, even when compared to others, stands on a league of his own. A player that had it all, and who many consider to be the most complete footballer of all time. Completely unstoppable, able to dance with the ball on his feet, and almost impossible to defend. No matter the stage, he proved time and time again that he was special. A player who, regardless of rules or era, would unquestionably dominate.
Brazil seem to have the best players.
And today, after so many of you have been asking, we are, of course, finally going to take a look at how good was Ronaldo the Fenomeno.
Well, on FIFA, he's like, what, the third best card you can get?
From the very beginning, as early as he can remember, he would be groomed by the streets of Rio de Janeiro his entire childhood. Ronaldo was so passionate about football that his mother, Sonia, would recall his childhood days saying, "I always found him on the streets, playing with his friends when he should have been in school." When he was 11 years old, Ronaldo's parents would go through a divorce, which would lead Ronaldo to drop out of school completely.
Oh, wow.
As you can imagine, for an 11-year-old, it's pretty tough to go through that. Football would be Ronaldo's go-to, his escape, and his saving grace no matter the circumstance. This dedication and passion for the game made him blessed by the football gods. The football loved him just as much as he loved the game. At the age of 12, Ronaldo would join a local indoor futsal team called Social Ramos and go on to score 166 goals on his first season, which included a time where he scored a mind-blowing 11 out of his team's 12 total goals.
Is that indoor football, guys? What is futsal?
How the players on the other team must have felt watching that. To be honest, I probably would have left after that 10th goal. Ronaldo would say that because he grew up playing on the streets, futsal was his first love when it came to the game. It's where he said he learned to be able to control the ball and move in the tightest of spaces, along with learning to have an incredibly soft touch, after playing in narrow alleyways with uneven paving his entire childhood, forcing him to master his control of the ball. The young Ronaldo would eventually be spotted by Brazilian legend Jairzinho, who, if you didn't know, led his country in scoring in the 1970 World Cup, even though he had Pelé as a teammate, which can only attest to his ability. When Jairzinho saw the young Ronaldo, he saw a player with incredible potential, a kid who just seemed different from all the others. So naturally, he knew that he had to have the young Ronaldo on his team. Jairzinho would quickly recognize the pure talent and skill that the young child prodigy Ronaldo had, and recommended that the 16-year-old should join his former club, Cruzeiro. However, Ronaldo had always wanted to play for Flamengo, a Brazilian team he supported ever since he was a child, and also a club where Brazilian legends like Zizinho once played. However, Flamengo never decided to wait and give Ronaldo a chance. Jairzinho would push Ronaldo to play for Cruzeiro anyways, and speak to the club with a personal recommendation to eventually get him signed. This would finally take us to...
Sorry to stop the video, guys, but I just want to say, I didn't know any of this about R9, like one little bit about this. I didn't know that he was from Rio de Janeiro. My God, my pronunciation is terrible. But, I mean, that's such a dangerous place. Like, even though I can't pronounce it, it's such a dangerous place. So many sort of like, so much crime, so much craziness happens in that place. You watch so much on the news about that place. That's absolutely insane that it was brought up in like basically the slums of Rio de Janeiro. Can't pronounce it still. And he still became one of the best footballers of all time. I think that shows persistence, drive, determination, ambition. He didn't even go to school. He chose to go and play football instead of going to school. That's absolutely insane. I won't stop the video much more, but that's crazy. That's crazy, right?
To Ronaldo's senior career. At the incredibly young age of only 16, Ronaldo would make his professional debut for Cruzeiro. I mean, when I was 16, I was still playing Pokemon on my Nintendo DS. Could you just imagine being that young and playing against fully grown men? It would take Ronaldo only a few months to gain national attention when he would score 5 goals in a single game, shocking even established footballers from his own country. Former Brazilian captain and legend Cafu recalls seeing Ronaldo play for the first time, saying, "He was still a kid. It was in a game where he ended up scoring 5 goals. From that point on, he showed that he was truly a phenomenon." By this point, Flamengo realized just how big of a mistake they made by not giving Ronaldo a chance. Because in his 2 seasons for Cruzeiro, Ronaldo would score an amazing 44 goals in 47 games. An incredible goal scoring ratio of .94 goals a game at the age of 16, helping his club, which was by no means a real contender, win the Brazilian Cup. Ronaldo, as a 17-year-old, was asked to join the Brazilian national team for their 1994 World Cup run. Brazil would go on to win that World Cup, in which Ronaldo did not play at all, or for that matter, wasn't really even needed. But
so he was on the World Cup like squad, but he didn't play a single one in '94.
Along with giving Ronaldo a taste at world victory. After the 1994 World Cup, Ronaldo would move to the Netherlands to play for PSV Eindhoven, after former Brazilian teammate and legend Romario, who won the 1994 World Player of the Year and 1994 World Cup Golden Boot and Golden Ball, would recommend Ronaldo to play for the club, as he himself had played for them. Ronaldo would continue his absolutely phenomenal play by scoring 35 goals in 36. In 21, he broke the world record transfer fee of 19.5 million euros, which back in 1996 was an absolutely insane amount of money. When Barcelona decided to go all out and grab him, he would be worth every single cent.
I'm sorry.
As during his
19 million euros was that? I need to rewind. Sorry.
Fee of 19.5 million euros.
19.5 million euros, guys. This was literally only 20 years ago, and today, or this last couple of years, Manchester United paid 80 million for Harry Maguire. 80. 80.
Which back in 1996 was an absolutely insane amount of money. When Barcelona decided to go all out and grab him, he would be worth every single cent and more, as during his first season, Ronaldo scored an insane 47 goals in 49 appearances, winning him the La Liga Top Scorer Award and the European Golden Boot. He would also help Barcelona win the UEFA Cup by scoring in the final itself, along with winning the Spanish Super Cup and Copa del Rey, all at 20 years old. Ronaldo was at his physical prime at Barcelona, being insanely fast and strong, along with having the perfect size for a forward to be able to body defenders trying to get rough. And often, many of his goals would include him running around the goalkeeper like he was playing with kids. And Atletico Madrid player Quinton Fortune would say, "As a kid, I wanted to be Pele. I bought all the books, all the videos, and I studied what I could to be like the best. I set off on that path. Then I met Ronaldo. Some players were technical, some were quick, some were strong, some were smart. Ronaldo was all of those, which was absolutely true. Players would even try to foul him, but his quick movement, size, and strength combined with his incredible dribbling...
How the hell did he control that?
Jose Mourinho, back when he worked for FC Barcelona when Ronaldo was playing there, would say, "I have no doubt Ronaldo is the greatest player I have ever seen in my life." And he would later confirm the same thing in an interview back in 2014. Ronaldo's first and only season with Barcelona saw him as the youngest player to ever win the FIFA World Player of the Year award. However, he would only place second in Ballon d'Or voting, losing to Matthias Samar of Borussia Dortmund by a single vote.
Alan Shearer in third place.
Single vote. By the end of his career, Ronaldo would have had 3 Ballon d'Ors if he had won that one, which he clearly deserved in my opinion. The very next season in 1997, Ronaldo would once again break the world record transfer fee in back-to-back years, being the only player to ever do so. That's just how valuable he was. Inter Milan decided to go all out themselves and pay a 27 million euro fee to get him, while
27 million, guys. Inter Milan buys R9. Pogba's supposedly worth 100. I'm a Manchester United fan. A salty Manchester United fan, if you haven't guessed already.
His goal scoring numbers weren't as high, they were definitely great as he was transitioning into the Serie A, which back then was considered the most heavily defensive league. Despite that, he still managed to score 34 goals in 47 matches, which is still an amazing goals per game ratio. Ronaldo also learned to become a more complete forward, racking up assists and taking and scoring free kicks. In his first season with Inter Milan, he would be rightfully handed the FIFA World Player of the Year award again, as well as finally winning the Ballon d'Or, making him the youngest player to ever win the award at 20 years old. Which, and I can't stress enough, should have been his second Ballon d'Or, as he definitely deserved one in 1996 as well. In 1998, Ronaldo was already considered the undisputed greatest striker in the world. At just 22 years old, he was already appointed as the captain of his Inter Milan squad, and although we would start to see him suffering a few injuries at this time and missing some games, he would still score 15 goals in 28 appearances, winning the Serie A Player of the Year award. He was phenomenal in the 1998 World Cup as well, scoring 4 goals and getting 3 assists, winning him the Player of the Tournament award. Unfortunately, Ronaldo and Brazil would infamously break down in the final and lost to France. But regardless of that, nobody questioned Ronaldo's skills for even a moment. However, in 1999...
Was that the game where they lost like by 7 goals in the final or something? I don't know, correct me guys. My football knowledge is actually terrible. 1998 World Cup. What was the final score? Let me know in the comments below.
Ronaldo, who seemed absolutely unstoppable, infamously began to suffer a string of severe injuries. Ronaldo would limp off the pitch during a Lazio match, only to discover that he suffered a ruptured tendon on his knee and required a major surgery. He would be gone for half a year until he would play the first leg of a Coppa Italia match. As history would have it, it was way too early for Inter Milan to let him play, as after only 6 minutes, he collapsed on the floor and the world would learn that he suffered a complete rupture of his kneecap tendons. It was so impactful that opposing players like Diego Simeone even went up to him to help the young star. Like I said, Ronaldo was never a player that people hated, so even for opposing players, it was just sad to see. Ronaldo would miss the entirety of the 2000-2001 season and about 80% of the 2001-2002 season. Many people thought that after all the surgeries and irreplaceable damage to his knees, Ronaldo would never be the same, that he would lose his touch, skill, and eye for goal. However, the 2002 World Cup would shock the entire world and forever establish his name as the phenomenon. Prior to the World Cup, Brazil was doing horrendous and, to many, were lucky to even qualify for the tournament. But with Ronaldo playing, it was a different story. He would lead his country to the 2002 World Cup trophy, scoring in every match except in the quarterfinal against England, ultimately ending with 8 goals and winning the tournament's Golden Boot. His comeback was talked about all over the world and would earn him the 2002 FIFA World Player of the Year award and the 2002 Ballon d'Or, which nobody questioned at all. And I just have to remind you guys again, should have been
his third.
When Ronaldo signed with Real Madrid after the World Cup.
This guy's a massive Ronaldo fan, isn't he? Like, keeps reminding us about the 3rd Ballon d'Or. He's probably right though. Maybe it was just because he was too young to win it. Like, they were biased, I don't know.
Cup, his jersey sales would break all records on the very first day. Ronaldo would score in the final season match for Real Madrid, winning them the La Liga title, as well as scoring in the Intercontinental Cup and Spanish Super Cup finals. Ronaldo would also famously score a hat-trick against Manchester United in the Champions League final, which caused the entirety of Old Trafford to stand and give him a loud applause as he exited the game on the 80th minute. In the Champions League semi-final, he scored a goal and helped Real Madrid win 2-1 over Juventus on the first leg, but received an injury and wouldn't play during their second meeting, much to the demise of Real Madrid, as without him, they were eliminated from the competition. He would end his first season in Madrid scoring 30 goals and having 8 assists in 44 appearances, a .68 goals per game ratio.
Still good.
Next season, Ronaldo was visibly different. He seemed like he gained a lot of weight compared to his physical peak prior to the injuries that destroyed his knees. However, not too many people took too much attention to it at the time, as he was still doing what he did best, scoring beautiful goals. Real Madrid were actually on track to win a treble in Ronaldo's second season, but injuries again prevented him from reaching further accomplishments. He would miss the Copa del Rey final, which they would lose, and also get eliminated in the Champions League quarterfinal without him. This was also the season he scored that iconic 15-second goal. Ronaldo would still manage 31 goals and 13 assists in 48 matches, a .65 goals per game ratio, which was still impressive considering all the stars Madrid had during their Galacticos era that individually could all find their own ways of getting the ball in the back of the net. Within the next few seasons at Real Madrid, Ronaldo's performances would gradually decrease over the years, scoring less and less while also noticeably losing pace and gaining a lot of weight. In fact, during his 2 final seasons of Real Madrid, he would only play a total of 40 matches, which is less than he played on his 3rd season alone. Although even with this, it by no means meant that he performed poorly for Madrid at all, maintaining above a .50 goals per game ratio up until his final season, where he managed to make only 50
ratios.
Unfortunately, Madrid fans could see the end of the road for Ronaldo at the Bernabeu. His final years at Real Madrid were plagued with injuries, fitness issues, and substantial weight gain. Although he still had the skill, unfortunately, Ronaldo's body simply couldn't keep up with it. And with this, Ronaldo would depart Real Madrid in 2007 and head back to Italy to play for AC Milan. Despite the clear lack of fitness, Ronaldo still managed to score 7 goals in 14 matches, a testament to his pure skill alone. It's when he was in AC Milan that, on top of all the injuries he received during his career, he was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. And for anyone who doesn't know, it slows down a person's metabolism extremely.
I really thought, I'm so sorry to keep pausing it, but I really thought that an athlete who's at the top of his game, the pinnacle of his game, trains all the time, he's definitely determined and ambitious, must have something like this. Now, if you guys don't know what it is, he's going to explain it a lot better than I can, but it's very simple that his body is not processing the food quick enough, therefore he's gaining weight, even though he's probably training every single day.
Amount of time and much more difficult for you to lose it. This condition was diagnosed in 2007, but, as many expect, could have been present with Ronaldo ever since 2003. After his World Cup winning year, Ronaldo's 2nd season for AC Milan saw him playing less than 300 minutes, which for anyone who witnessed him in his prime was truly a saddening sight, as during a match he would once again suffer a horrifying knee injury that required him to get wheeled off directly to the hospital, where he wouldn't play football for several months once again. Ronaldo would finally go back to Brazil to play the last few years of his career. In 2009, if you were to look at Ronaldo and didn't know any better, you would think that he was already retired, as his weight gain was even more severe. Nonetheless, in his 3 seasons with Brazilian side Corinthians, he managed to help them win the Brazilian Cup in 2009. Although clearly a shadow of what he was before, Ronaldo was still loved by the people to no end. Every single game he scored in sent fans absolutely wild with happiness at just seeing their idol score once more. In fact, in his first season, he scored 8 goals in 9 matches, rallying the citizens to request the Brazilian national team to call him up just one more time, for old time's sake. That's just how much the people of Brazil respected and loved him. They knew he wasn't there to score and dominate like he used to, but to just see him touch the ball and even score made the fans go absolutely wild. Watching him score some of the last goals in his career, you can't help but just smile, as you can feel just how special of a moment it is for not only himself, but his fans and peers as well. Ronaldo announced his retirement in 2011, saying that his hyperthyroidism had gotten the best of him, and the many severely crippling injuries he received throughout his career.
Wow, his son looks just like him.
To this day, Ronaldo remains one of the most iconic players ever, and to some, he was even the greatest. For me, I believe he was the most perfect and complete forward that has ever played. His ability to score, dribble, and finish on top of his strength and speed in his prime, at least to me, is on a class of its own. He wasn't lucky enough to win the Champions League because of crucial injuries and unfortunate times, but that doesn't take anything away from his career. Ronaldo would certainly be my main choice as the starting forward for my all-time 11, and I have no doubt in my mind that he certainly belongs there. If anything, Ronaldo's story only makes me appreciate players I love.
Let me know in the comments below who's the best striker of all time and where does Ronaldo fit into your list at the top. So who's your most favourite striker of all time and where does Ronaldo fit into your list? Let me know in the comments below. He's definitely got to be up there. And when I'm playing FIFA, I always pick this man. Always. Or try and pack this man. Yeah, he's like on FIFA, he's phenomenal. But yeah.
watching even more. We never know when something might happen to them or when they'll finally hang their boots for the last time. That's why I made it my mission to watch my favorite players for as long as I can. And you can do it too with ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus lets you watch your favorite football matches.
This man's just going to go into his advertising. Listen, this guy is absolutely phenomenal who made this video. Please go and check this man out. The link will be in the description to the original video. Thank you so much to him for making this video. Do you know what? I think, like, I obviously, like, I was born in the 80s, so I did get to see Ronaldo play a little bit, you know, when he played alongside Beckham at Real Madrid and so forth. I did get to see his prime. But for some reason, I think because he was plagued with so much injury, it's kind of been a blur to me. I can't really remember it. I don't remember all these goals. I don't remember how good he was. So it's fantastic for people to make these kind of videos to actually learn how good these players were. I'm really grateful for that. Really grateful for that. I'll be completely honest with you. I didn't even know he changed that many clubs. I knew he won the World Cup. I knew he scored 8 goals in the World Cup as well. Absolute legend. Anyway, guys, what do you think about Ronaldo? Is he or was he better than the Ronaldo we know and love today? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see me react to any other footballers, let me know that in the comments below as well. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys soon.